Okay, so I'm back on the vise. I was trying to take apart this fork to rebuild the seals. Everything came out okay. Got the cap off alright. Got the dust cover and the little spring that holds it in. I'll probably show that on another fork in a little bit. But there is a screw, there's an Allen screw that goes straight into the end of this. It holds the bottom part of the mechanism that retains this fork together. And that screw will spin if you can't get to it. I've watched different people do different things. I put an impact wrench on it, still couldn't get it loose. And so, in order to get, in this particular fork, the spring is caught and bend and wouldn't come out. So I've got to get the spring out. Then I'm going to go in and get a wrench or a nut or a homemade wrench down in here to get this thing out. So what I'm having to do is go around this with a hacksaw to cut this loose just past the bend. Then I'll be able to get to the spring, and then I'll be able to get it apart. So folks might want to see. Folks might want to see how I'm doing that. Very labor intensive. I'm being careful not to cut into the spring. I'm just going around with a hacksaw, just barely breaking through the metal, and I'll be through it in just a minute. Oh yeah, almost there. There we go. So, that's why the spring wouldn't come out. So it's good. Looks like I did no damage to the spring with the hacksaw. I don't see any teeth marks on it. Let's see if we can get that out. There we go. All done. Okay, there's the spring removed. Doing it the hard way on the bend fork. Okay, so I saw this from another guy on YouTube that showed he had trouble getting this bolt, the screw, out of the end of his fork, and he didn't have any luck with wrenches and impact wrenches and what have you. And what he showed was how he took a bolt, a 3/8 inch bolt, the hex head off a 3/8 inch bolt, and it actually will fit, I'm sorry, not 3/8, 5/8 inch hex head bolt, and that hex head nut or bolt head hex would fit right down inside basically a place to receive that inside this part. And what I have found is that this actually works and fits perfectly. I'm looking down in it, can't really quite get the camera to see that angle, but I'll show you when I get it out. So what I'm doing is I'm put two nuts on here and lock them down tight. Had a piece of threaded rod, and then I put a couple more nuts up here to grip on and lock those together tight. And I'm dropping this in. You know, there are different ways you could do this, but I have threaded rod, and that's what's handy for me. And I'm going to take this and lay it down, and I'm going to put my wrench on one nut, and maybe, get that in. And then I'm going to put my ratchet on the other. Go ahead and get the ratchet. Put the Allen key in place. And get this back in place. Okay, I feel it locked up there. I think that's good. Now let's see what we can do. And I do see the screw coming out of the hole. And yeah, there it is. I don't think it's quite out though. Not quite out. Gotta go a little further. There it is. And I'm told there's supposed to be a copper washer there. Don't see it. Maybe not. So anyway, that is now free. Oh, there's a copper washer. Okay. So now I should be able to remove this seal, kind of like with this, like a slide hammer. So we'll give it a few shots and see what happens. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's moving. There we go. See, that's coming right out. This next one, I think, will pop it out. And there it is. Fork is apart. Ready for seals. Now, what you can see here, here's the old seal, washer, bushing. And that's cool. Okay. Here's the other fork, and I'm going to see if I can do a speed job on this one. I have a impact wrench, and everything's still assembled. And let's see if we can get that screw out without having to go to the trouble we did on the last. Go ahead and take this apart. Do it the other way. Okay, just got the cap off of this guy, and I'll make sure we get these parts out in sequence. Next is this tube. Go ahead and lay that up here with my other parts. I'll sort that out in a minute. Get those in the right sequence. And we'll go ahead and pour some of this out. There should also be a washer, and there is the washer. And the spring on this one, I think, is going to come out okay. A little bit of a mess there. Dirty business. And lay that over there. And I'll go ahead and start positioning the components in the order that they came out. And I'm going to go ahead and work on getting this guy apart. My understanding is you pump this thing a few times. This and the oil will come out. Okay, continuing on this fork, I did go ahead and start the screw out with the same method I showed a while ago. It works great, much easier than trying to fight with it. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking an old screwdriver with a pretty rounded tip on it, and I am prying out the old dust seal, and that comes out pretty easy. So that's loose, so that comes out first. Then if you will, if you look down inside, there is a little metal ring in a groove, and you can see that it's sticking out to where you can get a screwdriver or a hook under it. We're going to get that pried up. That's this guy right here. You can see the end of it there. And you get that started, and that'll come right out. Not hard at all. No reason to damage that coming out. So that's now removed. So those are the seals that go on this fork. lay those over here. Now, let's finish up that technique for getting the screw out of the bottom. So again, 5/8 head hex nut, or I've seen the people that demoed this technique used a bolt. Okay, so I felt the seat in there. All right, and what I'm doing, I'm just laying it down here on a little block, putting my wrench under it, which will grip the floor as I begin to turn it. And I broke it loose a while ago, and this is just coming right off. That screw is now free. Well, I thought it was. Okay, well, what you can see here is the forks that came off the bike disassembled. I got them both apart. I did end up having to cut the tubes on both of them. This is the one that was really bent. Of course, this one was bent as well, but not quite as bad. Had to do that in order to get the springs and the internal parts out. So those are all taken apart, and apart from those bent forks, these were in really good shape. I don't see anything wrong with the rest of these. Parts are in really good condition, and so I think I'm going to reuse everything except the bent tubes here. Now, if you recall, I did also buy another used fork assembly, and so here is that pair of forks disassembled. I don't plan to use the triple tree and stem and all that. I'm going to reuse what was on the bike. I see no damage on any of that on the original bike. My bike, I think, has probably fewer miles than these used parts. I don't know that, but the seals were definitely worse on this used bike. They showed had been exposed to water, more rust, looked a little cruddier, but the parts are all fine. Everything cleaned up good. So I'm going to take the upper tubes out of these forks that I bought, and I'm going to put them into the forks that I had on the bike that were damaged. And when I'm done with that, I will show you that as I get going here, assembling in a minute.